lord, we're doing this again? So, it's been about a year, give or take, since my last Mario Kart video where I talked about the Booster Course pack and what tracks were going to be in it. But you see, there's a problem with that video in that I basically just listed off every track that was in tour and saying, look what might be coming to the DLC as a way to get people excited for the potential of it, because there's a lot of negativity surrounding it using content from tour. Despite the fact that people were saying they wanted content from tour on a console Mario Kart. I'm getting off topic. Since that video came out, there's been 2 more waves announced and released, and now that we have a kind of a pattern going, we've also had internal data leaks and file name leaks and a music prefix leak. So we actually do know a few tracks that might be coming. So, how about I make another Mario Kart video that's actually predicting things this time? I'm going to be using all the data I have to hand, the leaks, the music prefix leaks, and the pre-existing Mario Kart Tour tracks to try and figure out what the last 3 waves of DLC might have in store. But before that, I need to update my list of tracks that are in Tour because the game's been pretty active in the last year. Mushroom Gorge, added in Wave 2. Yoshi Valley, in the base game. Coconut Mall, in Wave 1. Koopa Cape. Nice. Baby Park, in the base game. Bangkok Rush, am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. Piranha Plant Slide, base game. Luigi Raceway. Daisy Cruiser. Ooh. Sky High Sundae, added in Wave 2. Boo Lake, added in Wave 3. DK Mountain. Riverside Park. Peach Gardens, added in Wave 3. Snowland, added in Wave 2. Rainbow Road Wii. Whoop! Okay, as you may have noticed, several of these courses have been added into the Booster Course Pass. And that makes me think the Booster Course Pass is going to give preference to newly added tracks, as they are probably designed to fit both Tour and 8. With that being said, if we eliminate all the courses that are in the game already, we have Koopa Cake, Bangkok Rush, Daisy Cruiser, DK Mountain, Riverside Park, and Rainbow Road Wii. Now, I'll just add these tracks to the diagram of tracks not in the game, and there we go. Now that that is all there, we are not done yet, because we have the music leaks to go through. Here are the tracks that were in the leak that aren't part of the game. Waluigi Stadiums, or Wario Coliseum, don't really know. Tours Amsterdam Drift, Singapore Speedway, Los Angeles Laps, Sunset Wilds, Bangkok Rush, and Vancouver Velocity. And with that, we are finally ready to look at the Fish Sky leaks that revealed what game the courses would come from. Yeah, so that's a thing that happened. Dude just leaked the prefixes of all the tracks so we know what game the courses hail from that are coming up. Yeah. So, according to this leak, the Fruit Cup will have a Tour track, a Wii track, a DS track, and a new track. The Boomerang Cup will have a Tour track, GameCube, Game Boy Advanced, and a Tour Cup? Okay. The Feather Cup will have Tour, Wii, GBA, another Tour, okay, and Cherry Cup will have Tour, GameCube, SNES, and new. Acorn Cup will have Tour, GameCube, new, and Spiny Cup's gonna have Tour, GameCube, new, and Wii. Keep in mind, courses that are new are courses that might come to Tour first, but aren't based on real cities, so they're technically original, while the Tour tracks are ones based specifically on cities. So with all these in mind, we need in total 8 Tour tracks, just 1 SNES track, 2 Game Boy Advance tracks, 4 GameCube tracks, 1 DS track, 3 Wii tracks, and 5 new tracks. Okay, so one big problem, there's no new thematically original courses in Tour that have not been added in the Booster Course Pass. At least there wasn't when I wrote this. I literally wrote this last night, and the morning I'm recording this, like like an hour before I started recording this, they announced the new track. Piranha Plant Cove, I think. I don't know, there's a moray eel in it. Why does this always happen? Okay, so let's get speculating. I'm merging SNES and Game Boy Advance together, since we only need one from SNES and we already know one of the other Game Boy tracks, so might as well just throw them together in one. For SNES, well, there's a lot of choices, but there's a caveat to that. That's because most of them are repeats. If we take out all the ones that are already in the game and all of the variants, we have Choco Island, Ghost Valley, Koopa Troopa Beach, and Vanilla Lake. If you ask me, I'd go with Vanilla Lake, specifically Vanilla Lake 2, because I kind of like the theming of driving around a broken ice thing, you know. As for the two Game Boy Advance tracks, we actually already know what one of them might be because of the music leaks. The fan favorites, Sunset Wilds and Summer Wilds. Yeah, I messed that one up on the last video when I called it Summer Wilds. Whoops. Anyways, I actually like the tour version, especially how like halfway through the course it switches to night. But anyways, all that's left is Cheap Cheap Island, the 3 different Bowser's Castles, and finally Riverside Park. And Riverside Park is the one I'm going to go with because it was added most recently. It's pretty fun, and also I love the aesthetic. Okay, GameCube courses. Happily, we already know one of them, that being Waluigi Stadium. Now, on to the other 3. And hey, would you look at that, there's only 3 left that haven't been added in. Daisy Cruiser, DK Mountain, and Dino Dino Jungle. All these are good selections, honestly. Daisy Cruiser is one I wanted because it's a unique course. DK Mountain is just a fan favorite, and Dino Dino Jungle is a course that I don't think many people think about often, but it is pretty fun, especially kind of the dinosaur aesthetic. Good news! I've actually played Mario Kart DS since the last video. I played it last year and I forgot to put it in my video about games I played last year. Oops, watch that by the way. But anyways, I now have an opinion on what courses get added. And the only ones that are in Tour but haven't been added to 8 yet is Luigi's Mansion, DK Pass, and Airship Fortress. It's Airship Fortress by a long side. Airship Fortress is my pick because it's got a unique theme from other Mario Kart tracks, and this one is actually based on a Mario game, which is a rarity in the series outside of the original game. Actually, that's kind of weird because it's either, your track is either tangentially related to an old Mario game or not at all. It is really weird, just do more tracks based on actual games. Okay, we need to pick out 3 Wii courses, and the good news is, there's only 3 Wii courses left. DK Summit, Koopa Cape, and Wii Rainbow Road. Wii Rainbow Road is probably going to be the last one in the Spiny Cup, as it is a part of Final Wave, and that's going to mimic what 3DS Rainbow Road did in Wave 3. So I can't wait for December to play that course. Koopa Cape is definitely getting in, as it was put in Tour after the Booster Pass came out. So it's probably optimized for both console and mobile, which is good. I absolutely love that stage. I love DK Summit, I hope it gets in. But if they add a new Wii track to Tour, that one might get priority because DK Summit was added back in 2021. So it could get shuffled down the priority list. With that being said, if DK Summit doesn't get in, I am going to write a strongly worded letter to Nintendo. Okay, so I've run into a problem. Tour has 8 tracks coming, not counting thematically original tracks. And there's only 5 tracks left for them. And all of those were in the music leaks. Vancouver Velocity, Los Angeles Laps, Singapore Speedway, Amsterdam Drift, and Bangkok Rush. Those were in the leak. So, since I don't have 3 tracks, I'm just gonna throw out ideas for what I'd like to see. This is not me predicting tracks, by the way. This is not me going, oh, they're gonna make a track based off this. This is just me spitballing ideas I think would be cool to see. Do not take this as predictions. Do not think I'm saying these will be added. Although, if any of them do get added, I will then be a credible Nintendo leaker and I will leak the next Nintendo Direct. A track based on Hollywood. Call it like Hollywood Highway or something. And you know what? This one might actually happen because there is a movie coming out. So they might add movie costumes and do a Hollywood thing. That might be cool. I'm not predicting this. I just think that would be neat. A track based on Dubai that's mainly based around construction because of all the different building projects going on there as they try to make themselves a tourist destination. That would be actually pretty interesting. An Osaka based track. I know Japan already has a track, but if America can have 2 racetracks, Japan can have 2. Okay. To make this a bit easier to process, I'm gonna organize these tracks I've picked into a list, using the Fish Guy leaks as a reference. This is not me predicting how they're gonna come out. This is me basically just trying to put something together so it, looks presentable. To be clear, this is not the specific order I expect them to come out in. Except Rainbow Road. I do expect that to be at the very end. This is just for organizing reasons. However, if I'm right about any of these, I will gloat about it. Also, because of all the new tracks in the prefix leaks, there might just be some new tracks that are returning that they haven't decided on. But that would be really weird, wouldn't it? Because this was leaked after Wave 2. So you'd think by then they would have had the entire thing planned out. They would have had it all planned out before they even started working on all of them. You do realize these tracks aren't being added in, during a lunch break or anything. There's, actual teams working on this. They would have had to plan it all out before they even launched into production of the DLC. Yeah, some things can be around, but if the last few waves literally just has 4 tracks... 5 tracks, actually. 5 tracks that just haven't been decided on, or they're just waiting for the tour team to hand them the new stuff there. That'd be insane. Sorry. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go to bed, so I'll see y'all.
But I'm not done yet!
Okay, so... Apparently, some of the characters' rival data have been edited, which isn't exactly abnormal. Maybe they wanted to change some things around. Maybe they patched over an oversight or something. Right? Well, no. Basically, it looks like characters like Metal Mario, Pinkle Peach, and Tanuki Mario, and Cat Peach. Any characters who had those 4 as rivals? Just... kind of don't anymore. At least I think that's what the leak was trying to say. It was all in Japanese, and I do not trust Twitter's translation. This has led some people to theorize that they are going to become costumes for Mario and Peach. Costumes aren't exactly out of the ordinary for Mario Kart 8. If you ask me, they're probably going to be adding Mario movie costumes to certain characters, because, it's easy cross-promotion. But the big question is, if 4 characters... that have their own slots get turned into costumes, we need 4 more characters. If we look over at Tor, we can see that they consider alternate costumes separate characters, so the developers are probably psychotic. That's a joke. But there are a few special characters that are in the game and either are not in Mario Kart 8, but were in other games, or are just exclusive to Tor. So, if this character merging thing does turn out to be true, who would they add? Because obviously they're going to reuse stuff from Tor. It's easy. The assets are already there. They actually do look pretty good as well. They just kind of need to scale them up. And for those of you who don't know what characters are exclusive to Tor, and by exclusive I mean not in 8, they go as follows. Hammer Brother, Monty Mole, Birdo, because for some reason, I don't know why she's not in 8. Diddy Kong, I don't know why he's not in 8. Peachette, Pauline, Funky Kong, Dixie Kong, Nabbit, King Bob-omb, Kamek, Charging Chuck, and Petey Piranha. But the question is, out of all of them, who would they add? Well, I asked a few friends to pick from that list of characters, and then I just picked the choices we agreed on to fill those 4. Here are those choices. Pauline. Okay, to be fair, like, I was the only one who chose Pauline, but she's in basically every spin-off. She was in Mario Golf and Mario Tennis. She also got added to Tour, like I said. She's probably going to be in the baseball game as the 3rd update that comes like a year after release and only adds her, if that baseball game's even real. Why does Nintendo keep releasing their sports games incomplete? Why do they do that? Please stop doing that. Petey Piranha. He was in Double Dash, and his transition to Tour, they kept him basically the same. Specifically the size. He's a big boy. I think he'd be cool. Okay, so this is like the one character that like everyone agreed on. Like, he's fun, he's silly, he never lets go of his bag in Tour. It's so cool. He needs to be in more games. He's appeared in a couple spin-off games, and he needs to be in Deluxe. Please make Nabbit a main character. He's really fun. King Bob-omb. He's a deep cut from Mario 64, only appeared in, like, Paper Jam, I think. He has a lot of fun animations. I think he'd be a cool character. Honorable mentions goes to Charging Chuck, who has a lot of fun animations. If there was 5 slots instead of 4, he would go in. Also, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and Funky Kong. Diddy and Dixie were in Mario Kart Wii, and Dixie has just never been in Mario Kart. So, get the Kongs in there, because they really should have been in the game already. And actually, if they ever decide to merge all the Koopalings into one slot, so now we have 7 slots. You can also add Kamek, Birdo, and Hammer Brother. Those 3 are also in the runners-up category. Basically, everyone except Monty Mole. Who wants to play as Monty Mole? Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. Night, y'all.